Hi, I'm Rabbi Tal Siegel from Gaon Gemara. In this demo, quick video, we're going to go through lesson 3 of the first section of the Gaon Gemara curriculum, which is developing the skills of going through breaking down a halachic statement, any statement of a Mishnah or a Braita, a statement of law, breaking it down into its 4 parts: scenario, din, tam, and chidush that we introduced in the last lesson. Here you see we're going through, we just reviewed the definitions, and now we have a halachic statement, quote unquote, a regular statement that we use to cover this skill in a practical and relatable way. Students break down the 4 parts of this statement about taking a cab, and now they reverse engineer it. They're going to put together a halachic statement out of these different parts, out of a scenario, a din, the judgment, a tam, a reason, reasoning behind the judgment, and the chidush, what's it there to teach us. So here, if we reassemble this, you're running late for school. Take the train, not a cab, as there's a lot of traffic, and trains are faster than cabs. Now we're going to do some examples. We're going to work through the first and second prakim of Masechet Sukkah, the Mishnayot, and we always work through some kind of material to actually cover ground, learn the material, and to learn these skills not in a vacuum by themselves, but to learn them through the enjoyment, through the actual process of learning Torah. So here, for example, she'ena gavoa esrim ama esrim tefachim asar tefachim pesula. So the scenario is that its sukkah is shorter than 10 tefachim. The din is that it's pasul. The tam, we're not clear yet, we don't know yet. And chidush is that there's a minimum height for a sukkah. We wouldn't have known that otherwise. Here we have sukkah having 3 walls. Students do the same exercise for that Mishnah. Obviously we're moving here quite quickly just for a demo. And then it gets a little bit harder. You see, now the students are actually going to enter in what are those 4 things. Well, there's a building of skills here. We also use scaffolding, giving them a hint to make it easier at this first stage, and we'll remove those later as they master this skill. So here, what's the scenario? We give a hint. What's unique about this sukkah? What's the case here that's unique? What's the din? Can we use it on sukkot? Then at the time, what's the reason? Hint, why or why not? Unclear at this stage. And the chidush, what would you have thought before reading this halachic statement? And the answer is that we would have thought that a sukkah, the chidush is that a sukkah has to have majority of shade. We wouldn't have known that otherwise. Okay, we're skipping ahead now to the last part of the lesson, the last part of the online activities at least. They've broken down at this point 7 halachic statements. Now we give them a quick quiz. This time we give them a number of options, multiple choice, and they have to identify in this question the scenario of this halachic statement. Sleeping in a bed under a sukkah. Sleeping under a bed in a sukkah, excuse me. This is a summary of lesson 3, building the skills of breaking down a halachic statement.